All right, hey guys, waiting on the Instagram stream to start, and then we will get going, and I think I see it live, go live. Okay, hey everybody, thank you for joining in today. I'm excited to share with you today a topic that's very near and dear to my heart and should be near and dear to your heart because it's very important in business. Today, we're gonna talk about leadership and some of the things leadership does. Well, why is leadership important? Here's what I found. I found that when we're in business and we don't have a big team yet, leadership doesn't seem important. It seems like it's this nebulous thing that I'm going to work on. I'm going to work on that in the future when I need it. I'm going to cross that bridge when I get to it. And we may not necessarily verbalize that, but that's the feeling that I've seen expressed from so many contractors. And then here's what happens. The team grows, the business is doing well, and all of a sudden you've got people problems. You can't get the right people, you can't get rid of the wrong people, and things are just a big tangled mess. And you're just like, I don't know what to do. Jason, I need to grow as a leader. And that's what I hear. I hear that, Jason, I need to grow as a leader after contractors are already in pain, after they're already in pain. And it's sad that that's just our human nature for so many of us. We will, we'll prioritize it when we feel the pain, but we won't prioritize it to avoid the pain. And that's just the way it is. And hey, by the way, I want to let you guys know, at the end of today's live stream, we are going to give away a free ticket to the Contractor Freedom Summit, which starts in 2 weeks from today, right here in Allen, Texas. And we're gonna give one away at the end of this. That's worth $1,497. So make sure you stick around to the end and engage in the comments so that you can get your name in the drawing. Okay. So back to leadership. We don't tend to prioritize it until it's a problem, because the way we build our business is we build it by becoming a productivity powerhouse, an individual productivity powerhouse. That's what we tend to do. And our time gets completely taken up by running the business, which is, knowing what I know now, I would do things way different than I did before. But unfortunately, that's just what happens. We build ourselves a busyness. I'm going to say that again. We build ourselves a busyness and we get super busy and we feel super productive. Matter of fact, one of the biggest excuses that I hear from contractors as to why they don't go to events. Only 2 excuses that I hear for why contractors don't go to events. The first excuse is this: oh, things are slow, and things are slow, I don't have the money. Are you going to this event or that event? I mean, it could be a Contractor Freedom event or any other event. Oh, things are slow, no cash flow. Okay. And then the other excuse is this: oh, I've got too much work. Oh, I've got too much work. Oh, I can't break away right now. Friends, can I be honest with you? Those are both leadership problems, and those are both misplaced priorities. If you are too busy or too broke to prioritize personal development, then maybe you shouldn't even be running a business at all. You should maybe just go work for someone where you can clock out at 5 p.m. and not have a care in the world after. But as a business owner, you carry a lot of responsibility. You carry a lot of weight. Sometimes you feel like it feels like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. But you're too busy to go get better and to learn, or you're too broke to go get better and to learn. And I'm just gonna, I could sit over here and be like the Andrew Tate attitude. Then you deserve it. I could be like that, but I'm not gonna be like that. But sometimes we just don't know because we don't know better. And here's the reality, friends. Your business is only going to be as good as your leadership. Your business is only going to be as good as your leadership. And like John Maxwell says, the great John Maxwell, everything rises and falls based on leadership. And it's a lot of times when our business is small, we don't have a big team, we can't really connect the reality of that. We can't see how important the leadership is. But friends, I can tell you from experience, leadership is absolutely vital. We need to become the type of leader that great people want to follow, that great people want to work for, that great people want to work with, that great homeowners and prospects, clients want to hire. I want to thank you guys all for joining in. Hey, by the way, would you do me a favor? Would you just drop a thumbs up in the comments just to let me know you're here? Would you do that? And if you have a question, please drop your question. If you have a leadership question, please drop it in the comments. And a member of my team was watching the comments, and we're gonna do our best to answer every one of your questions. And don't forget, it's your comments that's going to get you entered in the drawing for a free ticket to the Contractor Freedom Summit coming up in 2 weeks from today, worth $1,497. So back to leadership. It is vitally important. Now, we need to become the type of leader that great people want to follow. And when we become that type of leader, we start attracting the people that we want. And they will eventually a lot of them will just come to you, and you don't have to seek them out. They will seek you out. Now, I know when our business is small, we've got 1,000 things we're doing, and we've got to keep all the plates spinning, right? We got to keep all the plates and the balls in the air and keep it all going. I know. But we've got to create space to grow as leaders. We have to create space to grow as leaders. We could call that margin. We need some margin in our schedule for professional development, for personal development. Okay, so today I want to share with you some things that great leaders do. I aspire to become one day a great leader. I am a student of leadership, and thank God that I am not the leader that I was 10 years ago, 5 years ago. And a year from now, I hope to be a much better leader than I am now. Okay? And I've got some great teammates that have stuck with me through thick and thin. And they're saying, yes, Jason, we want you to be a great leader. Yes, Jason, I'm so glad you're not the leader you were 5 years ago. Yeah, they're probably laughing at me right now, but that's okay. We're honest with each other. We face the truth. We love each other. So, by the way, I don't know what you're drinking right now. I'm drinking some fantastic, if it'll come into focus, Topo Chico right there. My favorite fizzy drink. Okay. So, don't forget to drop your questions, your comments in the chat. Okay. So let's talk about this. What are some things that great leaders do? The first category of things, I've got several here. The first category is great leaders lead themselves. And here's how they do that. The first thing they do is they stay a student. Great leaders, they're lifelong learners. They read, they listen, they attend events, they seek out mentors, and they never assume that they've arrived. You know, every new stage of growth in our business demands a new version of us. The leader that you are today got you where you are today, but it's not going to get you where you want to go tomorrow. The only way to get where you want to go is to become a better leader. The only way to get where you want to go is to become a better leader. Okay? If you're not growing, you're decaying. You are absolutely decaying if you're not growing. Okay. So, have you ever had that attitude that, well, I've been doing this for a decade, Jason. I know everything that I need to know. Friends, I've literally had people tell me that. And I just want to slap them. I'm going to be honest. Because no, you don't know everything. You think you know everything. And it starts with admitting, hey, we don't know everything. We will never know anything. So we are going to be lifelong learners. And hey, by the way, I know you can't see it, but I'm looking at this beautiful weather out here with the sunshine. So I keep looking over here. The birds are calling over there. So I'm a little distracted. I'm sitting out here on the patio today. Maybe I don't know. Maybe you're on the ladder. Maybe you're in the office. Maybe you're in the truck. Maybe you're in the paint store or Home Depot or something like that. Or maybe you're sitting out on the patio like me. By the way, why do I get to sit on the patio like this? Because I built a team of people that are running my company. They're doing an amazing job. And I get to spend my time doing what I want to do. And what do I want to do? I want to help you. That's why Contractor Freedom exists, to help you. Look, you don't have to be an expert to help people. You just have to be one step ahead, okay? And I've learned a few lessons. I've got some battle scars. I've learned some wisdom. I've got some warnings, okay? And I want to pour into you guys. I want to pour into you and help you. But if you're not growing, then you're decaying. So when was the last time that you learned something that truly challenged the way that you think or the way that you lead? Drop a comment. What's the last time that you learned something? Okay, let's see if we have any questions here yet. Do we have any questions here yet? Stone Cottage Home says, how do we prepare for leadership before we have a team in place to lead? I'm right at the point where I'm ready to start hiring in my business. That is a great question, and thank you for asking that. How do we become a better leader? Well, there's a number of ways. You can read, you can attend leadership events. There's all kinds of leadership events. Matter of fact, we have a leadership event coming up in January for Contractor Freedom. But I don't know if you guys will want to be a part of it because it's down in Cozumel and we're going to hang out in the tropical area on the beach and talk leadership. So, but you guys are welcome to join us there. But there's all kinds of leadership opportunities. I'm going to walk through this list and then I think you'll have a better idea. Okay. All right. So let's keep going. The second thing that great leaders do, in addition to becoming or being lifelong learners, is they lead themselves first. So you can't lead others if you can't lead yourself. Are you managing your time, your emotions, your energy? Are you disciplined? Do you show up on time? Are you prepared? Are you consistent? Not just for others, but it's just because of who you are. Warren Buffett said, if you can't master your emotions, you will never master your money. And I would suggest that if you can't master your emotions, then you're never going to become a great leader either. If your life is chaotic, your business will also be chaotic. Our businesses are extensions of ourselves. And whatever strengths we have, we tend to build businesses with those strengths, and we tend to build businesses with those same weaknesses and blind sides that we have. Okay. All right. So here's the third thing that great leaders do. They live with vision. They have a clear picture of the future, where they're going, and they can articulate it in a way that excites others, that inspires others. And the great leaders, their team doesn't just know where they're going, they know why it matters. Why are we going there? What does the future look like? Why is it important? See, vision, it gives purpose to the grind. And it's the difference between, painting a wall and beautifying homes across the state. There's a difference there. Okay? We have to lead with vision. Now, if you're having a struggle with vision in your company, That's a great place to start. Hey, what do I want the future to look like? When I have built this company and it's everything that I want it to be, what is it? What is true at that point in time? What is true? What is true? My vision back in the day was terrible. We want to be the best. We just wanted to be the best. That wasn't very inspiring. It definitely wasn't very inspiring. What's your vision? What's your vision for your company? And does it matter to your people? Do they know? And does it matter? Okay. The fourth thing that great leaders do is they lead from the heart. You see, they genuinely care about people. They celebrate wins. They empathize when people are going through struggles. And I'm going to say this, and it's not a popular term to connect in the business world, but they lead with love. They really love their people. But now, even though when you love your people, if you love them enough, you'll hold them accountable. Only someone who doesn't love their people will not be honest and kind. To be unclear is to be unkind. And see, heart-led leadership isn't soft, it's strong and compassionate at the same time. You can tell when someone on your team knows that you care, because they will go the extra mile for you every time. All right, so the fifth thing that great leaders do is they stay rooted in purpose. They never lose sight of their why, whether it's faith, family, freedom, whatever it is. Great leaders, their purpose anchors them. And when tough times hit, when COVID hits, when drought hits, when financial hard times hit, they remember their purpose, and their purpose is what keeps them pointed in the right direction and gives them the courage to continue going and overcoming those challenges. And they remember that the business is a vehicle to get them to that destination, but the business is not the destination itself, friends. Make sense? All right, you guys feel free to drop your questions in the comments. I'll take time to answer your questions. All right, the sixth thing that leaders do, the great leaders do, and I'm going to be honest, for a number of years, I did not do this. And I know business owners that have never done this. And this is it. They step away and they take time to recharge. They step away and they take time to recharge. You know, to others, it may look like they're taking a vacation, and maybe it is a vacation, a well-deserved vacation. Most business owners that I know deserve way more vacation than they take. But it's really about recharging. And you don't have to go on vacation or, go to some tropical destination or a cabin in the woods to recharge. That's a great option. It could be, hey, I'm going to work from home every Wednesday. Or it could be, I'm going to take a week off and have a staycation. Whatever it is, great leaders take time away to recharge. They intentionally pull back from the whirlwind to rest, to reflect, to regain their clarity. They understand that taking breaks, it's not about indulgence, it's actually maintenance for their life. Whether it's a day in the mountains, a weekend, a whole week, 2 weeks, whatever, or even an afternoon of solitude. When you get into the quiet, the chaos becomes clear. And it's true. It's hard. Sometimes it's hard to get your mind off of work. But when you get your mind off of work, then all of a sudden it's amazing the clarity. And I can tell you this, whether I take whether I go on a business retreat or a vacation with my family, or whether I go to an industry event, every time I step away and I change my location, I get a new perspective and I come back better for my business. Every single time I come back better for my business. And I bet if you do that, you will come back better for your business too. Okay, so those first 6 things, those are things that leaders do to lead themselves first. So they lead themselves first. Now, the next thing that great leaders do is they lead others. They lead others well. And here's some things that they do to make that happen. And the first one is this. They set the tone, they set the pace in the business. The tone and the pace, they set it. Their people don't set it. Their loudest outspoken employee doesn't set the tone and pace. The leader sets the tone and the pace for the business. The leader is the emotional thermostat of the organization. And guess what? Here's the sad truth, or the truth, however you want to look at it. If you're anxious, your team will be anxious. If you're focused and confident, your team will reflect that too. And you can't expect urgency and excellence from your team if you're coasting or if you're distracted. The tone that you set becomes the culture that you live in. You set the tone, you set the pace. All right, that was number 7. Number 8, great leaders build people, not just processes. We're in today's world, we constantly hear, process this, systemize that. Okay, that's all true. But people build the business. And when you get your business to this certain level where you have managers in every role, then your managers build the processes. And you are focused, laser focused on building people. And when you build the people, the right people, they will build the business. But you have to be the type of leader that great people want to follow. Okay? So, as a part of this, like when you're building people, great leaders, they see the potential in their team and it's like they draw it out. It's like they're farming. It's literally like they're farming. And they know that developing people is the long game. It's the SEO. It's not the pay-per-click, but it's the most rewarding one. And systems cannot replace a strong, skilled, passionate team. Strong, skilled, and passionate. How about if you had a skilled team that wasn't passionate about the vision or the mission, what y'all are doing? They're not going to get anything done, okay? So the next thing that great leaders do is they coach, they don't command. Too many business owners want to come in and just bark orders at everybody. And everybody on their team lives in fear that they're going to get fired. And am I going to get yelled at today? Am I going to make the boss mad? That's not what great leaders don't leave people feeling like this. They don't bark orders, they guide people. They ask questions like, hey, what do you think the best next step is? They want people to take ownership of roles. They train their team to think critically, to take initiative. What we don't want is we don't want people to sit around and wait on being told what to do. Why are you just sitting there? Well, I'm just waiting on you to give me something to do. Yeah. No, you have to teach your people. Give them the space to think and to take initiative and to own the outcomes. Okay? All right, that was number 9. Number 10, great leaders provide honest, timely feedback. Honest and timely. A lot of times it's honest when we tell someone why we're firing them, but if you don't give them timely feedback, how are they going to correct it? See, problems, they're going to fester if we don't deal with them. We need to give feedback early. We need to make it clear. We need to give it in love. And look, when we're giving someone correctional feedback, the goal isn't to punish them, it's to grow them. We shouldn't be waiting for the annual review to have hard conversations. Great leaders address it quickly, respectfully, and they move forward together. That's what they do. Number 11, great leaders recognize and reward great performance. They catch people, you've probably heard this before, they catch people doing something right instead of doing something wrong. That's what they do. Recognition doesn't have to always be about money. Sometimes it's public praise, sometimes it's a handwritten note, or maybe it's just a genuine, heartfelt thank you. They understand that what gets rewarded gets repeated. Encouragement, it's like it fuels momentum. And whatever you want repeated, I want you to begin rewarding that. Okay? All right, number 12. Great leaders delegate effectively. Delegate effectively. I got somebody showing off over there. Loud noise. Great leaders delegate effectively. Here's what they don't do. They don't come and dump a bunch of tasks on someone. They give ownership, so people can own the outcome. And when you give ownership of a responsibility, there's clear expectations, that you get the resources, and you get the authority. Those are the things you need to give them. Then get out of the way. Don't micromanage them. If you're going to give them a task and let them own it, don't micromanage them, because that kills their engagement. It kills their creativity. Now, I get it. Something we say in my company is, hey, we're going to micromanage until there's trust. And that when we have a new employee, that's what we tell them. Hey, we want you to master this, but this is such a vital role. A little bit, it's going to seem like we're micromanaging, because we want to help you. We want to help you get it and keep growing so that you can own it. Okay. All right. So I think we have a question here. Wickman says, we've been trying for the last 5 years to grow, attended several conferences and coaching classes. How do we grow and scale? We are stuck no matter what we try to do. So 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Well, here's the thing. There are people that I've met in this industry that have read every book, they've attended every seminar, and they tend to know everything, but they don't actually implement anything that they've been taught. And those people, I see them again and again and again, and they're still crying the same old story. And so my recommendation would be to find a golden nugget of information that you've received from someone somewhere and implement one single nugget at a time. That's what my recommendation would be for you. Okay, so great leaders trust their people enough to let them lead. Now, if you don't trust your people, maybe you've got the wrong people, or maybe you haven't been a good leader. Could be one or the other. All right, so the next section, the third category. So the first category was they lead themselves. The second category is they lead others. And the third one is they lead their businesses. Now, earlier we said great leaders lead from the heart. Here's the other half of that. Great leaders manage by the numbers. They lead from the heart, but they manage by the numbers. And they know that they know their KPIs, they track performance regularly, and they don't make emotional decisions. They make informed decisions. When the data tells the truth, they listen, they adjust, they don't react, they're not shooting from the hip. Great leaders make informed decisions. Now here's the next thing, number 14. Great leaders ferociously guard the culture. The culture in your business, it's this invisible force. It's either building your company or eroding it. Another way to look at it is that the culture is the soil that everything in your business grows in. And if it's healthy, your business, it's gonna flourish. If it's toxic, everything withers away. A toxic culture is like cancer. And great leaders protect their culture with vigilance. They hire slow. They fire fast. They never tolerate gossiping, laziness, entitlement, none of those things. Those are not tolerated. That stuff will spread, and it's like a cancer, friends. So, right along with that, the next one, number 15, is great leaders make the hard decisions. And sometimes those hard decisions, the hardest decisions in business for me and for most of the leaders that I know, the hardest decisions have been the decisions about people. And those can be very hard because we understand their lives, we know their families, but sometimes we need to correct people. Sometimes we need to let someone go. It might be better off for both parties if they leave. Okay, but here's the truth: leadership, it's not for the faint of heart. Great leaders are willing to make the tough calls. Look, friends, if it was easy, everybody would do it. And you know what a weak leader does? They ignore problems and they allow problems to resolve themselves. That's not what great leaders do. I mean, whether it's letting go of the wrong people, changing the direction, admitting we made a mistake, and about facing going the other way, or just saying no to good things in order to protect the great ones. The hardest decisions will define you as a leader. Great leaders make the hard decisions. All right, number 16. Great leaders, they build systems that empower people. Hey, by the way, if you have a question about leadership, drop it in the comments. When you ask a question, your name is going to be put in the drawing for a free ticket to the upcoming Contractor Freedom Summit, and we'd love to have you there. It's worth $1,497. Okay, so all right. So number 16, great leaders build systems that empower people. So here's what I like to say about systems. That great systems empower ordinary people to achieve extraordinary results. That's worth saying again. Great systems empower ordinary people to achieve extraordinary results. Systems should simplify processes down and make complex processes simple. They should reduce stress. They should create consistency. They're not about controlling people. They're about giving them freedom. The great systems are lovable by the right people. Great systems are lovable by the right people. Freedom always follows structure, friends. And I mean, I'm going to tell you this, there's areas of my life where I am very rigid because I know that rigidity will give me freedom later. One of those is my morning routine and my workouts. For those of you, that have followed me, I'm over 2,000 workouts in a row, have not even missed a single one through COVID, through vacation, through all of that, haven't missed a single workout. And I'm not trying to brag on me, but here's what I know. I know if I miss one, I'm more likely to miss a second one, and then I fall off the wagon. Then it's 6 months before I've worked out again, and that's not what I want to be. And I value my health. I'm just getting started here. Okay, I've got a lot of years to go, so I'm going to take care of myself. And when I work hard in the gym, now I'm free. I can hike, I can run, I can jump, I can ride, I can do all those things that I want to do. That freedom comes because I'll pay the price of the consistency in the gym. That structure. And it's the same thing that's going to happen in your business. When you systemize your business, it's going to create freedom for you. All right. Let's see here. Man, we really haven't had many comments today. You sure you guys don't have a comment on leadership? Are you already just amazingly incredible leaders? You already know all of this. Maybe you do. Okay. I'm just sharing some of the things that I've learned. Friends, I had to learn so many things absolutely the hard way. And I'm hoping to share these with you guys so that you can learn them, I would say the faster way. How about the faster way? Some of these lessons are just going to be hard. But look, great leaders, they don't just build companies. They build movements. And it starts with self-leadership, and then they multiply their impact through others, and then they sustain it. They sustain it with systems. And that's how they escape contractor prison and live with greater freedom and purpose. And look, what does freedom and purpose look like for you? It's a good question. Do you ever sit and think about it? What does freedom look like? What's your purpose? I know my purpose. My purpose is to raise up leaders. And right now I'm doing that in the business world. I've done that. I've raised up leaders in my family, my own kids. I raised up leaders in the kids' church we used to pastor. And I've raised up leaders in my company, and now I'm raising up leaders in the industry at large. And I'm so blessed, and I'm so thankful that I get to work with so many amazing people. But that's my purpose. That's my business is what is the financial engine that allows me to go and do these things on a greater level. Because of my business, I have the freedom to go and raise up leaders. Okay, so what does your freedom look like? What does your purpose look like? And friends, if you want to do that, become a great leader. Aspire to be a great leader. Now, Stone Cottage Home says, I've also felt stuck in my business. I'm at the point where I'm ready to hire soon. Oh, I think that's the question we had earlier. I think I'm hoping, let's circle back. I'm hoping that what I shared with you, okay, has given you the roadmap. At least those are the things that great leaders do. But just read books on leadership. Read the 5 Levels of Leadership by John Maxwell. Read the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John Maxwell. Pick up a book on vision. Pick up a book on personal skills like Crucial Conversations or Crucial Accountability. Or something like the Platinum Rule that helps you understand the predictable nature of people, or even something like the 5 Languages of Appreciation in the Workplace, which is kind of the sister book to the 5 Love Languages. But there's all kinds of books that you can read. You can attend seminars, and of course I welcome you to come to the Contractor Freedom Summit that we've got that's coming up in 2 weeks, and then we've got in January we've got the Leadership Retreat down in Mexico. But love to have you be a part of our community, but there's so many great resources out there anyways. You've got to find one that works for you. So, okay, friends, I think we are going to go ahead and we're going to give away a free ticket right now. And so I'm going to ask Aiden to hop on here and spin the wheel for us, Aiden. Ooh, we've only got 3 entries. 3 entries. Woo! Oh, Wickman Contracting, you got it. Man, that one was so close. It was like on the line. All right, Wickman, send a chat to Contractor Freedom with the best phone number to call you at. And if you, the ticket's yours for the taking. And if you can get it booked and arranged, we'd love to have you. If not, we'll move on down the list and pick another one. So, but send Contractor Freedom a message right now on the platform, right there on Facebook. Okay. All right. God bless you guys. I will see you guys back online tomorrow for another live, and that is going to be. I'm going to double check the time here that we've got with you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow, the time is going to be at. Okay, this one's going to be a different time. Tomorrow is going to be at 5 p.m. Central. So that's 4 Eastern, 3 Pacific, 4 Mountain, right? 5 p.m. Central. I'll see you guys back online here. God bless you.